Okay, so I'm going to show how to make edge replacements for this video. Edgies work a little bit different than your other summons because they have a additional file called extra.pap. The goal of this file, or the use of this file, all it does is does an idle animation. That's what this ID0 does. For the most part, most edgy animations are pulled from the monster.pap file here that is on the Ramu edgy. As you can see, it has all these other animations but does not have an idle animation. The idle animation, again, is on the extra.pap for Ramu. So 7005, that is the Garuda edgy. In order to make it where I can edit each edgy to be a different creature if I want to, I have to basically destroy this file, the monster.pap file. And to do that, I can take the animation codes and I can delete them all. And when I do, it'll actually make it where I can use the extra.pap file as a monster.pap file. And I already have a mod that I use for all of my mods set up. It's in my resources folder. And the mod does that already. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the mod I've already made, or the advanced mod pack I've already made. I don't need carbuncles, so I'm going to remove that. And I'm going to replace the edgies with Sophia's daughter. That's the head that she floats on top of. So I'm going to call it daughter. Yeah, and the mod file is just called edgy separation. And so this will allow me to make each of the edgies a different creature if I want, or allow players to use different edgy replacement from different mod packs that I've done. And daughter. So for this video, I'm just explaining um, the use or the way to separate the edgies. Um, the rest of it, the animation selection, the model, and every edit or the model replacements, I've showed that in other videos, so I'm not going to do that again. I've already pre-planned that. So I'm going to get right into the game. But before I do that, gotta load the models into here. So I've already done the model replacement. The daughter, her monster code is M0345. So here, grab Garuda Edgies stuff. Again, Garuda Edgy is 7005, Titan Edgy is 7004, and Ifrit Edgy is 7003. So I've already replaced the models and the skeleton files, including the EID file, and she didn't have physics or anything else besides those two files. Titan Edgy. And Ifrit Edgy. Okay, so with that complete, I'll jump into the game here. Now, I'm going to at least show how to put together the monster and the other animation files. So, for her, I'm just going to have her idle basically do everything. The monster.pap file that I use as a base for her is from Demi Phoenix, because it has just the basic six animations that are relevant to Egis. So I'll import the idle onto everything. I'm not doing any scaling or anything for her or for this one, because she's already a pretty large size, so there's not really any need. Okay, so that's Ifrit. I'm not going to do these because they're going to be basically the same. But I do need to do the abilities for each of the summons. Now Garuda Egi. Okay, so the animations are ready. Enable the mod. Turn on daughter. Okay, yeah, she's a little messed up right now because the animations are not loaded, so go to here and just type in Egi. Start with the special pop. So Ifrit Egi special pop. And then the extra.pap file. And replace it with this monster file. And then 05 PAP. And 09 PAP. So 09 is the shield ability. Radiant Egis. And so that's for Ifrit Egi. And then Titan Egi, same thing. Get the special pop. And then monster.pap is replacing the extra.pap. And then for Titan, come here, 05. Replaces 05. 05 is their big attack that they do whenever you summon them. And it's 05 on all three of the Egis. So now 11. For Titan, the Radiant Egis is 11. And then go back here, pull the special pop for Garuda Egi. And then the monster PAP for Garuda Egi. And 05. And for Garuda Egi, Radiant Egis is 06. So now I need to resummon. Okay, so now she idles, and she'll follow me around. And this is why I didn't scale her, because she is already pretty large. So that's why I use that. I need, essentially in this, for her, I need the edgies downscaling. That's the thing about the edgies, is they, apart from Bahamut, they have the most downscaling of any summon. Alright, so now I can export these PAP files and then get into the visual effects. So, Egi PAPs. And while I'm at it, let's see here. Let me pull up daughter. Okay, apparently she's not recognized, but here we go, Barbello. So we've got some nice pops here. Yeah, I like those. Okay, yeah, those will work for the pops, but I did want to see about doing an aura for her. Let's see if that... just dismiss her first. And check my binders here. So apparently the aura is still not appearing. Let me try this. Let's just try that. Trying to get the aura from Sophia to appear. Should look something like that. And oh well, I can just remove the aura then. So to remove the aura from the edges, come here to metadata, change VFX ID to 0, apply to all, save. And then go to 7004 for tighten edges. Apply to all, save. And finally grew to Egi. Apply to all, save. Okay, so now update these. Start with Efreet. Tighten. Now tighten. And Garuda. Okay, now restart this. And let's see, give it a moment. Alright, so now she should summon. Okay, yep, all good. So animations are done. Now have to do visual effects. And to do that, I am going to Zadnor. So I use Zadnor because it levels you down to where you summon the Egis instead of your typical large gem summons.
Know you the full weight of death.
Yep, there's my Sophia. And I don't need, well, let's actually start with this. So, start with the special pops. So I'm going to do the visual effects for the spawn, which I'm going to pull directly from her. So that's Warp 1 is usually a despawn animation, and Warp 3 is usually a respawn animation. So Warp 1 is the first, if you look at a battle, Warp 1 is when like if they teleport somewhere, Warp 1 is they disappear from their starting location, and Warp 3 is where they appear at their end location. So if you think about it then in reverse for summons, Warp 1 is your despawn, and Warp 3 is your spawn. So it kind of in reverse then. Now, I need to edit the PAP file. And to do that, come to Penumbra and summon up Goddess. Come here to my extra.pap file. Start with Ifrit. Actually, no, I need the, not the extra, it's special pop. And remove the sound. And change the the visual effect file path. And let's see how this looks. Okay, so I'll give her some invisibility frames here. Let's go 10. Yeah, 10 frames is good. Now, I'll do the despawn. So the despawn is on the extra.pap. Should be on DED1. And replace this file path here. That's normally Phoenix's, but I'm not going to use that. And I don't want visual effects spillover from other things, so warp 1. Okay, so those two are working. Might change some of the invisibility frames. Let's go with 20. You always want your invisibility to cover the entire duration or length of your animation code. So that's 120 frames here. C188, it's another invisibility code. Basically, kind of just says the creature is fully invisible. I don't know why they have it on top of the C094 codes. But you generally see that happen. I'm not sure why, but I generally leave it alone because it doesn't really affect anything. Let's increase the size of this a little bit. That might be too much, but okay, yeah, that works. Maybe just a little smaller. Now, to actually do an attack. So I'm going to pull from Sophia herself. Actually, I'm going to do something different. Quasar from... Yeah, I think I'll use Quasar from Blue Mage. gonna start replacing Inferno from Ifrit Egi. Of course, I'm gonna need to remove the extra part there, but that's fine. I'll just find it here real quick. Okay, so it's emitter 2. And I can reset the striking dummy so I can target my Egi here and see what it... Yeah, that works. And then pull another animation path from Inferno. I don't think I need it delayed that much. Because the delay is mostly for blue mage. So let's take away these frames. That should be... Okay. And now I need to also reduce the size of this visual effect. Let's try 0.5. Amber alert. I can go a little bit larger than that. That was too large. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay, so TMB editing. I'll pull the file path here for Blue Mage spell, but I need to replace the Blue Mage spell's animation path code with the code from Ifrit. That's the beauty of TMBs, is they are very interchangeable. And don't need that. Replace my visual effect file paths here. And this will need to come after. And might need to come after actually actually a little bit more, so let's go with 30. See how this looks. Okay, so need to change the binder. Should be target, fit ground. So I basically start with one edge.
The full weight of death.
Yeah, basically start with one edgy, get the abilities working properly, and if all my edges are the same, I'll just copy everything from one to the other. But I want to get this one working properly. Let's do this a little bit earlier than that. Make sure Radiant Egis is working. Yep, that's working. Give it a moment for Summon Bahamut to come out. That is the downside of this.
Even in death, there is no release.
Okay, so that looks pretty good. I've got my animations all set up there. Okay, so export this. This is for Ifrit Egi. Spelling doesn't really matter, it's just so I know what's what. Okay, now on to Titan Egi. So I'm just going to change the codes, or the monster codes in these files, to that of Titan Egi first. So I'll start with that, and select that. So there's the pops. And then Earth and Fury. Right, so the visual effects are replaced. Now replace the file paths in the TMB. And select the proper TMB from Titan Edgies list here. Okay. And now change the PAP. So because I've already edited this, it should be able to, and I didn't use anything different. It's still just her idle, so it's all like the despawn and the spawn and the despawn is all being done by visual effects. So I can basically interchange this animation. So start with the special pop here, but I do need to change the file path in the PAPs. Select that. Alright, so now Titan Egi should be good to go. Alright, so now Titan Egi. And onto Garuda Egi, same thing. Start with a visual effect. and grab the visual effect file paths for aerial blast for her. Garuda Egi, though, has one additional edit that has to be done, and that is to remove the target visual effects. This is the little tornado thing that spawns on every target that it hits, and I want that to be blank. So I go here, template, blank, and now nothing. Exactly what I want. So we place the TMB visual effects with the same ones that I selected for the visual effect edits. And now Garuda Egi, select, where's my special pop here? There we are. There's that. And change the file path. Select extra. Oh, I didn't replace the I didn't change the TMB path. Try that again. Come down here, select TMB.
Know you the full weight of death.
And just wait for Phoenix to despawn. Okay, so alright, so now Garuda Egi's done. Come back to my text tools files, edit Titan Egi. And Garuda Egi. And while that completes, start this over. Now, import Summoner of the Goddess. And we'll give the edgies a test. Something's wrong. What happened here? No, that's showing correct. That's both correct. Try dismissing.
Sin must be balanced with suffering.
That is so weird. I probably need to restart the game. Because the others are working. Okay, I'll take a pause and restart here. Okay, back. And as I thought, yeah, I just needed to restart Penumbra.
Know you the full weight of death.
Check my summons here again. With the scale here, keep in mind that my character also is like scaled up 20, almost 20%. So they're all pretty decently large. Alright, yep, and that's Egi Replacements. Basically 3 edgies that are all exactly the same in this case. Sometimes I do unique edgies, unique ones for each one, but for Sophia, I was already I was already short on things I could do for the edgies, so getting the daughter, or using the daughter, was really kind of the easiest option. Otherwise, I would have been doing a lot of texture editing for trying to do the demi-urges that she spawns. But this is just a simpler method, and I think she turns out pretty well, actually. It's kind of a freaky creature. Yeah, edge replacements.